So the Fear Festival, which is basically going to be kind of a giant horror convention, because you're taking over parts of the Regency that most of us don't normally see for a concert. Is that right?
Yeah, you know, I had no idea how extensive the Regency ballroom is. I mean, because you have the normal ballroom, and then you have a couple floors which are like, you know, normal convention-sized rooms, and then you have this other floor which was the Masonic Lodge, and I had no idea that it was there. And it's really interesting because when you walk out into the floor, there's this big, what was it, auditorium sort of thing with this.
It's like a big dance hall, right? With
yeah,
the stage.
Yeah, with this stage with all of this tableau of scenes on the stage, and what it is just Toby.
It's like
Can you help us,
Dante's.
Toby?
It's like Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, Toby. Your mic's not on. There you go.
If you see a show at the Regency, you're used to seeing it on the second floor, which is the Regency Ballroom. But upstairs was the old Mason's Lodge, which is, you know, the third floor, which has the old scrims and all the old stage and everything.
Yeah,
it
for each level of
Yeah.
the Masonic order.
That they used before they built the Nob Hill Masonic, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
in 1908. This was the Masons Lodge in San Francisco, and they've left all the, you know, all the
different
props, the scrims, all the stuff that they had going there. There for us, the
Giant hand-painted backdrops is the only thing I can think of to
hand-painted
describe it.
backdrop.
We're going to use that floor to showcase
freak you out.
all the best stuff in my collection, and it's going to be right in front of this amazing Masonic stage with all these different scrims. And you know, the Masons, they had 33 different levels, and on this stage are 33 different scrims. And as you would progress through the levels, they would change the scrims. And the stage is like 25 feet wide by about 30 feet high, so it's really something to see. And so we'll have access to all that stuff. We'll be able to change the scrims over the course of the event, and it's going to be really cool, really vibey. And
yeah, when you see these panels and you have Greg Nicotero there, and you have Slash from Guns N' Roses there, who's huge into horror.
Slash is making his own horror movie now.
He's got his own production company. He's huge into it. You have Greg Nicotero from The Walking Dead, which is the biggest, you know, horror thing going on right now.
Greg Nicotero is like been a longtime friend of mine, and him and I we go way back, just like hanging out on the Ride the Lightning tour, playing guitar, and so it turns out like. You know, X amount years later, he's the executive producer of Walking Dead. Yeah, and so
probably ever on public television.
And so he's going to come down and do a panel. Panel being, you know, sitting down and discussing his role in Walking Dead and getting questions from the audience and whatnot. And you know, it's going to be a really great event. We're going to have a lot of vendors there. We're going to have a lot of different kinds of guests there, and it's going to be very a very different sort of horror convention.
So I think in all fairness, we've made people wait long enough for you to announce the act that you haven't announced yet. So
yeah.
we've already announced Orchid, San Francisco metal band, Death Angel.
And Death Angel. And,
also San Francisco Bay Area metal band.
Before I announce this, I just have to do a shout out to Gerardo over at Nuclear Blast Records, because, you know, he made this all possible. But yeah, I'm very pleased to announce that we're also going to have Carcass at the convention too. So we're very pleased about that. This is their first American tour date announcement, and so we're very psyched to be able to have Carcass, and yeah, we're very happy about that.
It's kind of a big deal.
Carcass.
Yeah, welcome back, Carcass. Yeah, they have a new album out, and you know, it's ripping, and you know, I can't wait personally. And we're gonna have a couple other bands on the bill too. So it's gonna be a very cool kind of thing. It's a horror convention, but it's also gonna have live music, and it's gonna be an all-encompassing sort of a 3-day event. And I'm very, very psyched to be able to do this and to be able to like mesh two passions. Horror and music, and I'm just gonna have fun with it, and I hope everyone has as much fun as I do.
So, just to be clear, there are a couple more bands to be announced that have not been announced yet, as well as guests to be announced. Is that right?
That is correct, and I'm going to make sure that they're going to be good ones.
And tickets are on sale now at fearfestevil.com.
Yeah.
Is there like a multi-day ticket, or are they all single-day tickets?
Oh, well, we come out of the box usually offering multi-day tickets, and so yeah, you can go to
Fearfestevil.com, right?
fearfestival.com and get all the details and yeah, all the information you need to know. And we're updating that website on a pretty regular basis and announcing more guests as they come through. And we have, you know, a lot more guests that we're working on down the line. We're just waiting for them to give us a final confirmation. But, you know, as it's shaping up, it's going to be a really, really great event.
107.7 The Bone. That is George Thorogood with Bad to the Bone. I'm Nikki Black, and in the studio with me tonight is Kurt Hammett, here to talk about a lot of events that you have going on. So the first one being this Thursday at the Balboa Theater in San Francisco,
Yeah.
and that is a double feature of The Black Cat and White Zombie to benefit the SF Theater Association. And cinemasf.com, was that the website to get the tickets?
Yes, that's where you can get tickets at cinemasf.com.
And then after that, come December, you're taking a trip to no man's land.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah, you know.
So that's not a joke, because I'll be honest, when I read Metallica to Play Antarctica, and when Lars said something like, when I interviewed him, he said something like, we're going to be doing a new frontier entering a new frontier in December, and I was like, what?
Yeah, it's
You're really playing in Antarctica.
We are playing Antarctica. It's pretty wacky, you know. It's yeah, I used to live in Hawaii. I mean, I'm used to warm weather. The thought of going to Antarctica actually, like, I feel like, you know, a cat being threatened to be thrown in a big old cold bucket of water. You're
going to be in a bunny suit.
Yeah, you know, I was.
You're going to be like that kid from A Christmas Story.
Yeah, you know,
all bundled up.
If I just wear an 8-ply wetsuit the entire time, I'll be warm enough. I don't know.
True. If you get like a deep sea dive suit.
Yeah, it's crazy because I don't deal with cold very well.
Plus a sweater.
I don't deal with cold very well, and so it's you know, I have my reservations, but it should be pretty cool because, you know, we've played the North Pole before. We've played Tuktoyaktuk, so, you know, we have to play the South Pole.
And survived. Yeah.
Yeah. Tuktoyaktuk was fine. It wasn't as cold as it sounded, but, you know, I have a feeling that the Antarctic is a lot colder than the North Pole. And it should be an interesting experience.
And you only have to play there once.
As far as I know, yes.
So, and then after that, once you've thawed out, here in San Francisco, where it's nowhere near that cold, you've